welcome back to Friday Reads, where we help you find your next read. I'm Jill.
And I'm Julie, and we're taking a break from New Year's resolutions, and today we're talking wine, cheese, charcuterie, because we have a fundraiser coming up from our friends of the Kimberly Library Group. There's a wine tasting coming up on February 11th at 5:30 doors, 6 o'clock tasting event out at Kerrigan Brothers Winery, and this fundraiser benefits our summer reading programs. It's $45 a ticket, and your ticket will include wine sampling, charcuterie board that the culinary group from the high school is preparing, and you'll take a tour of Kerrigan Brothers Winery. So if you want to support the library for a fundraiser, the Focal Friends of the Kimberly Library Group is doing a wine tasting February 11th, $45 a ticket.
All right, so we're going to get you interested in drinking some wine with some wine books today. So this is my first one, Wine for Normal People, a guide for real people who like wine, but not the snobbery that goes with it. That's by Elizabeth Schneider. It was published in 2019. This is a fun but respectful and very comprehensive guide to everything you ever wanted to know about wine from the creator and host of the popular podcast, Wine for Normal People. Described by Imbibe Magazine as a wine podcast for the people, more than 60,000 visitors tune in every month to learn not-so-snobby wine vocabulary, how and where to buy wine, how to read a wine label, how to smell, swirl, and taste wine, and so much more. Rich with charts, maps, and lists. The author's deep knowledge and unpretentious delivery, this vividly illustrated down-to-earth handbook is a must-have resource for millennials starting to buy, boomers who suddenly have time and money to hone their appreciation, and anyone seeking a relatable introduction to the world of wine. So this would be a good book to read before you go to this event, because then you'll know how to swirl and taste.
My first pick comes from our fiction collection, and this is Once Upon a Wine by Beth Kendrick. This was published back in 2016. It's from the author of In Dog We Trust, and this is the fourth book in the Black Dog Bay series, which has a total of 5 books. Cammie Breyer needs a big glass of Cabernet. Her restaurant failed, and her chef boyfriend left for a hotter kitchen. Just when she thinks she's hit rock bottom, her Aunt Ginger calls with a surprise. She's bought a vineyard in Delaware. At Ginger's command, Cammie returns to Black Dog Bay, the seaside town where she spent her childhood summers with her aunt and her cousin Cat. The 3 women reunite, determined to succeed. There's only one little problem. None of them knows the first thing about winemaking, and it turns out owning a vineyard isn't all wine and roses. It's dirt, it's sweat, and it's desperation. Every day brings financial pitfalls, unruly tourists, romantic dilemmas, and second thoughts. But even as they struggle, they cultivate hidden talents and new passions. While the grapes ripen under the summer sun, Cammie discovers that love, like wine, is layered, complex, delicious, and worth waiting for. So, Once Upon a Wine.
So if you meet some library friends while you're at the wine tasting, you might start the Bordeaux Book Club.
Cute.
This is the Bordeaux Book Club by Jillian Harvey. This was published in 2024. Love books? The Bordeaux Book Club is seeking new members. When Leah and her husband moved to France, it was within the dream of becoming self-sufficient. But in truth, it's not the good life she imagined, as 3 hours of digging, barely a yield, and a stringle leads to a single straggly carrot. Worse, her teenage daughter is acting up, and her husband seems to find every strange excuse under the hot French sun to disappear. So when her friend entreats her to join the new book club she's forming, Leah decides it's something she will do for herself. The chance to make new friends, to drink a few glasses of wine, to escape into stories that take her miles away from the life she thought she would be her own happy ever after. But the book club is a strange group of misfits. There's Prickly Grace, who lives alone and seems to know everybody and like no one. Button-up Monica, who says her husband is away and appears to be parenting her baby all alone. Handsome Builder George, who has barely read a book before. And Alfie, who is a full 2 decades younger than everyone else and is hiding a devastating secret. As the stories they read begin to bring new friends closer together, Leah's about to discover that happy ever afters don't always look how you expect them to. The Bordeaux Book Club.
Cute. My second pick comes from the nonfiction collection, and this is a nod to the charcuterie boards that are going to be served at the fundraiser. And this is Stunning Spreads, Easy Entertaining with Cheese, Charcuterie, Fondue, and Other Shared Fare by Chrissy Nelson Rotko. This was published back in 2020 and has a beautiful cover.
That sure does.
Offer your guests a variety of bites and flavors with unique and delicious dips, fondues, boards, and more. From baby showers to birthday brunches, this book offers more than 75 approachable appetizers paired with a variety of simple seasonal cocktails. To round out the fun, this book gives you everything from beautiful and stress-free spreads fitting for any kind of crowd. You might want beer cheese fondue. How about grilled brie with blackberry balsamic glaze? The ultimate cheddar snack board. Pimento cheese deviled eggs. Summer grilled fruit and veggie board. Roasted garlic dip. Bourbon apple butter, and there's so much more. Whether you're entertaining family for the holidays, just having friends over to watch a big game, or just cozying up on the couch with your loved ones, hosting at home doesn't have to be a hassle. This book will help. Stunning Spreads.
I think charcuteries look so beautiful.
Yeah, this book has a lot of nice ideas.
And it's fun because I like to eat a little bit of a lot of things.
Me too.
So
Me too.
That gives you the opportunity. So, with the wine. My next one, The Champagne Letters by Kate McIntosh. Perfect for fans of bubbly wine and Kristen Harmel, this historical fiction novel follows Madame Clicquot as she builds her legacy and the modern divorcee who looks to her letters for inspiration. Rhymes, Franche, 1805. Barbe Nicole Clicquot has just lost her beloved husband but is determined to pursue their dream of creating a premier champagne house in France, now named for her new identity as Veuve Clicquot. And the Russians poised to invade, competitors fighting for her customers, and the Napoleonic court politics complicating matters. She must set for herself apart and permanently if she and her business are to survive. In present-day Chicago, broken from her divorce, Natalie Taylor runs away to Paris. In a bookstall by the Seine, Natalie finds a collection of Widow Clicquot's published letters and uses them as inspiration to step out of her comfort zone and create a new, empowered life for herself. But when her Parisian escape takes a shocking and unexpected turn, she's forced to make a choice. Should she accept her losses and return home, or fight for the future she's only dreamed about? What would a widow do? So to find out what happens with these two ladies, one of them in 1805 and one in present-day Chicago, you'll have to read this book. It's published in 2024.
My third pick is Wine and Punishment by Sarah Fox. This was published back in 2018. In the first in an engaging new mystery series from U.S. Today bestselling author Sarah Fox, the owner of a charming literary pub finds her fresh start on the rocks thanks to a case of murder. Book lover Sadie Coleman knows that in life, as in fiction, the right setting can make a world of difference. The small town of Shady Creek, Vermont seems like the perfect place to start over after losing her Boston job to a merger and her relationship to her ex's gambling addiction. She's bought and redecorated the old grist mill pub, transforming the Inkwell into a cozy spot where tourists and the regulars alike can enjoy a pint, a literary-themed cocktail, a wine, or join one of the several book clubs. Little by little, Sadie is adjusting to the rhythms of her new home. Fall in Shady Creek is bookmarked by the much-anticipated Autumn Festival, complete with a pumpkin catapult competition and a pie bake-off. Unfortunately, the season also brings an unwelcome visitor, Sadie's ex, who's angling for a second chance. Before Sadie can tell him to leave, he's found dead near the Inkwell. When the local antique shop catches fire on the same night, it's clear the town is harboring at least one unsavory character. Now with her Aunt Gilda, her friend Chantel, and the pub's patrons all in the mix, Sadie must uncover the truth before a killer declares last call. So Wine and Punishment by Sarah Fox.
I love pun
I
titles.
know.
So this is by Kim Grunenfelder, Love the Wine You're With. This was published in 2017. Three best friends decide to open a wine bar in Echo Park, LA, where they encounter the trials and tribulations of dating, love, and life in Kim Grunenfelder's Love the Wine You're With. Jessie is finally about to realize her lifelong goal of owning her own house. The first step to a wonderful marriage, kids, and life with her boyfriend of 3 years, Kevin, except they find the perfect place. Kevin suddenly gets cold feet. Nat is having a passionate affair with her gorgeous British boss, Mark. Unfortunately, he's married. Now what? Holly is an actress who waits tables and to pay the bills and who is coping with the current loss of her father. A particularly bad audition, which she snaps and tells off the big director, leads her to wonder what to do when you stop loving what you do, and also what to do about her hot neighbor, because, hot neighbor. After each girl finishes a particularly awful workday, the three friends meet at their favorite wine bar, which has been sold by the owner for a huge profit and will close that night. In a moment of tipsy brazenness, Jessie suggests the three of them open their own wine bar in the gentrifying Echo Park area of Los Angeles, an unapologetically girly place for good wine and good friends, which leads to a challenge for each woman. How do you fix a life that's not actually broken, but needs an upgrade? Love the wine you're with.
Cute. Fourth pick is another charcuterie one, and this is Complete Charcuterie, over 200 contemporary recipes and spreads for entertaining. This is by Appleseed Press Book Publishers. This was published back in 2022. Put a unique spin on your entertaining and arrange eye-catching platters that will keep friends and family coming back for more. This beautiful cookbook guides you how to pair cheeses, meats, condiments, drinks, and an assortment of other ingredients that can be used on serving boards. These simple, inventive preps will bring your serving boards to the next level. Be bold and take your entertaining from so-so to exceptional. Experiment with flavor profiles and find combinations that suit your unique palate. Use the boards in this book as a guide or build your own boards around your personal taste. Inside, it takes the mystery out of charcuterie. With more than 200 boards and recipes built around popular and festive themes, with a special emphasis on seasonally focused recipes, which I liked, so you can always find things and keep it fresh. Let this book be your inspiring source for memorable and delicious entertaining. So more help with prepping charcuterie boards.
I've heard a lot of people on social
one's
media
beautiful.
using charcuterie just for personal people. Like somebody makes somebody a snack, they'll make them up a little.
We will eat a charcuterie board for dinner at our house, so
You don't just have to use it for entertaining. This is Murder in Chianti, which is the first in the Tuscan murder mysteries by Camilla Trincheri. This was published in 2020. Set in the heart of Tuscan wine country, Camilla Trincheri's new mystery introduces Nico Doyle, a former NYPD homicide detective who's just looking for a space to grieve when he finds himself pulled into a local murder investigation. Mourning the loss of his wife, Rita, former NYPD homicide detective Nico Doyle moves to her hometown of Gravina in the wine-soaked region of Chianti. Half Italian, half Irish, Nico finds himself able to get by in the region with the help of Rita's relatives, but still feels alone and out of place. He isn't sure if it's peace he's seeking, but it isn't what he finds. Early one morning, he hears a gunshot and a dog's cries near his home, and he walks out to discover a dead body in the woods, flashily dressed in gold tennis shoes. When the police arrive, Nico hastily adopts the fluffy white dog as his own and wants nothing more to do with the murder. But Salvador Perillo, the local maresciallo, must be an Italian thing, discovers Nico's professional background and enlists him to help with the case. It turns out more than one person in this idyllic corner of Italy knew the victim, and with a very small pool of suspects, including his own in-laws, Nico must dig up Gravina's every last painful secret to get to the truth. Murder in Chianti.
Cute. My last book is Tamar Meyer's Grape Expectations. This was published back in 2006, and it's actually the 14th book in the Pennsylvania Dutch Mystery Series, which begins with Too Many Cooks Spoil the Broth, and actually has 24 books in that series. Alcohol is a no-no in the Mennonite community of Hernia, Pennsylvania, but the events bubbling up in town are enough to make everyone feel a little tipsy. A couple of unprincipled outsiders have bought an old farm at the edge of town, saying they want to rename the land Grape Expectations and use it to grow fruit. But the real plan is to start a vineyard and open a winery. The intruders aren't welcome, so everyone's a suspect when the co-owner of the vineyard is found entombed in cement. A new and inexperienced police chief can't solve the crime alone, and Magdalena Yoder, the Mennonite innkeeper in town, finds herself on the case with her ear to the grapevine. This book also has recipes in it.
Oh.
So there's different things in here as you read. There's different recipes from the community that they are.
I feel like there's not enough books about the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, this one had some cute stuff in it. And I'm just paging through. There were a few of them in here as you read that just had things to do with the town and their things, Concord grape cake and different
Oh,
things
wow.
like that.
Grape cake.
Yeah, there's a lavender lemon one or something in here too. So if you want to read and get a few recipes, Grape Expectations.
Well, we hope we provided you some inspiration to try out this wine tasting event.
Yeah,
And
remember it's February 11th out at Kerrigan Brothers Winery. You can come in the library and buy tickets. You can buy tickets online.
you can buy it online too.
Yeah, so we hope to see you there supporting the Kimberly Public Library. We thank you for watching our videos. Find us on the Kimberly Public Library website, Facebook page, YouTube channel, and until next time, thanks for watching.
Bye.